of the challenges of modern IT is that we've really organized the IT process around different layers of the technology stack. I mean, everybody's familiar, right, with the idea that you've got hardware at the sort of bottom of everything. On top of that, you've got some kind of operating system. Typically then we have perhaps a whole lot of middleware, might be lots of technology in the stack, and then of course, at some point, eventually, we've got the application. I put it to you that really the only piece of this that the business cares about is the application. And yet, our IT processes today are organized around the layers, right? There's database teams, OS teams, hardware provisioning teams, and then there are many, many, many application teams within the organization as a whole. The problem is that since the business cares about the app, the business has become increasingly focused on how to get that application more easily, more quickly, and importantly, how to evolve that application more rapidly. If you think about agile development, it's really a set of practices today that have unlocked an awful lot of economic value because software developers, the folks who create these applications, are able to actually evolve those applications now, perhaps even once a month, perhaps even weekly in some cases. And so what you're seeing is there's a high rate of change going on now at the application layer. And yet to actually deploy a system, of course, we've got to marry all of those pieces together. The reason I'm explaining all of this is that in order to truly deliver the benefits of cloud computing, which you could think of as self-service, on-demand applications when the business wants them, where the business wants them, elastically scaled up and scaled down, we need to become application-centric in the way we manage the IT delivery process. So, if you look at the way the vendors today typically approach the challenges of improving productivity at each of these layers, we essentially have different tools. We've got tools in the hardware space. Of course, virtualization now has become the new way of thinking about the server itself. We've got different tools in the OS space. We've got even further tools in the middleware space. And then we've got a variety of different tools depending on programming language, depending on developer context, etc., in the application space. And these are all totally different sets of technologies from different vendors, which in some sense further exacerbates this tendency for IT to manage horizontally rather than managing vertically. So, one of the things that you need to do, in my opinion, in order to really unlock the benefits of cloud computing, is to start shifting your thinking towards an application-centric delivery model. That's clearly a challenge, because not only do we have different tools here, we've got different organizational groups. And what you really need to start thinking about is, how do I bring together these different players, these different members of your IT organization, the different technologies involved, how do I bring them together into an application-centric or vertically integrated delivery process? In some sense, if I can use a kind of an analogy, it's a little bit like the way modern manufacturing focused on supply chain and supply chain automation and figured out how to bring together all the disparate components that were needed to produce a finished item, such as an iPhone. This is a very complex piece of technology. It has lots of components that come from different suppliers, each of which is evolving, just like our applications, middleware, and OS, on their own schedule. And yet, through automation, through supply chain management, and in particular, through focusing on the design of how these elements fit together, companies like Apple are able to maintain the integrity of their product in a just-in-time manufacturing mode, delivering significant value. I put it to you that what you need to do to attack the application centricity issue that currently IT struggles with is to pick a technology that will let you vertically integrate so that you have a common tool set that is capable of representing the design, or as we at our path might call it, the blueprint for how each of these different technology artifacts need to come together into the whole. Because again, the business wants the app, which means they need the OS, the middleware, the application, all to be integrated and all to be available and all to evolve as a whole at the rate at which the application is now capable of evolving. So this is how we attack the problem at our path. We take a holistic, application-centric view to defining systems so that you can bring your team members together and your choice of technologies together to deliver the running application, to deliver what the business cares about.